Good morning, friends. In the previous lecture, we completed about chapter number 4, the quadratic equations, right? Now, in today's lecture, we are going to start with the next chapter, that is chapter number 5, the arithmetic progressions. First of all, basically, what the arithmetic progression is. Basically, arithmetic progression means this is a list of numbers, the numbers, right? That is arranged in a certain manner. Suppose if I say that the roll numbers of the students of a class are arranged in a manner like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to the numbers where the class ends, right? So that gives us the list of numbers, that is the arithmetic progression. Another example, if I say that the increment of a person's salary every year is same, that means in the first year if it starts with rupees 5000, then every year he gets an increment of rupees 500, then that is again, that will give you a list of numbers. That means in the first year it is 5000, in the second year it is 5500, in the next year it is 6000. That means all the numbers are arranged at a certain difference, at a certain distance. That list of numbers which are arranged at a certain distance, list of numbers that are arranged at a certain distance, that is known as the arithmetic progression. So perfectly, if I want to define this arithmetic progression, then how can I write it down? That basically arithmetic progression is a list of numbers. If I want to write down the define, it is a list of numbers. First of all, friends, you might to know that the arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number, right, in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term, or you can also call it as number. But the perfect terminology, the perfect word for that number is known as the term to the preceding term except the first term or first number, right? It is a list of number in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term or number except the first term or number. This is known as the arithmetic progression. This is the basic definition of the arithmetic progression. For example, if I say that the roll numbers of certain students in a class, so that gives me the roll numbers. It will start with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to so on. So friends, if we say that I am adding a difference of 1 to each of the number except the first, that means the first one here is 1, the second one is 2. So I am adding 1 to the next number, its preceding number. Suppose 1 is added to the first term, that will give you 2, that is your second term. Again, if 2, sorry, that will give you the second term 2. If 1 is added to the second term 2, it will give you the third term 3. That means the preceding term is added to that common difference number and we get its succeeding number. That means the succeeding number is equals to difference plus the preceding number, or preceding number plus the difference. So that is an arithmetic progression here. If I write down that the marks obtained by a student is in a common difference, that is again like this, that 100, 80, 60, 40 and so on, or in the same manner. So again you can say here that the preceding number is obtained by adding minus 20 to the succeeding number, or succeeding number is obtained by adding minus 20 to the preceding number, right? So if I say that minus 20 is added to the first term, it gives me second term. Minus 20 is added to the second term, it gives me the third term, and so on. It goes like that, right? Suppose if I say that the height of some persons in a company, again that will give me an arithmetic progression if the difference is same, that is 70 centimeter, 75 centimeter, 80 centimeter, 85 centimeter, and so on up to where the heights end. So that again gives me a arithmetic progression, friends. So these are all the examples of the arithmetic progression which defines the arithmetic progression. So it is a list of number in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. So if I want to obtain this third term 3 here, then I am going to add that common number, that fixed number, to the preceding term. The preceding term to 3 is 2. So I shall add it to that 2. So this gives me the arithmetic progressions. Is it clear, friends? So this is the basic definition of arithmetic progression. Now the term that we have denoted here, that fixed number, right? This fixed number in the definition, the fixed number is called the common difference of the arithmetic progression. See, friends, in short, arithmetic progressions or arithmetic progression is written as AP, right? That means in the definition, this fixed number is known as the common difference of the arithmetic progression and is denoted by small d, right? It is denoted by small d. This common difference is that fixed number which is added to the preceding term or the preceding number, and it is denoted by the number, or it is denoted by the letter small d. It is fixed. You cannot denote the common difference by any other letter. In fact, it must be denoted by the small d. Is it clear, friends? Now this common difference here, this common difference here, it can be the common difference, sorry, common difference of the AP can be either negative, positive, or 0, right? This common difference here can be either negative, positive, or 0. Note that, friends, in the new NCERT textbook, the common difference can be taken as 0, whereas in the old syllabus textbook, it was said that you cannot take the common difference as 0. That means the common difference is always a non-zero constant, right? It is always a non-zero constant. So according to the new textbook, we are going to follow that the common difference can be either negative, positive, or 0. It can be either of this 3. Either it must be a negative, or it is a negative number, integer, real number, whatever you say. It can be either negative, it can be either positive, or it can also be 0. Is it clear, friends? So that is about the common difference we were talking about. Now according to this arithmetic progression, let us say that let the first term of the AP B. A1, I have written this as A1, small a with a subscript 1. Second term B A2, third term B A3, and the nth term B AN. So the AP form is A1, A2, A3 up to AN, right? This will be the AP form here. The first term is A1, the second term is A2, the third term is A3 up to the last term AN. Is it clear? So that is the general AP. I am not saying the general form, that is the general AB, where A1 is the first term, A2 is the second term, A3 is the third term, and so on. So in this way we get the general AP, right? Now according to this we are going to write down the terms here, that what will be the first term, what will be the second term, and so on. Okay. Now here what can you say about this is that if the common difference is the fixed number that is added to the preceding number, and if it can be either negative, positive or 0, then from this AP can I find out the common difference, friends? Right. So finding out the common difference from this AP, that according to the definition, therefore the common difference is D is equals to A2 minus A1, right? We need to find out that difference. So finding out that difference, we know that the second term is obtained by adding the fixed number to the first term. That means in general terms, if I write it down like this, that second term, what is the second term? A2 is obtained by adding this common difference, the fixed number. This fixed number is called the common difference, which is denoted by this D. So if I say that D is added to the first term so as to obtain the second term, so second term is equals to fixed number plus the first term, yes or no? Therefore taking this A1 here, A2 minus A1 is equals to D. Similarly we can also process for the third term also, that A3 is equals to A2 plus D, or you can also write A3 minus A2 is equals to D, right? See friends, this all will be same, because here the common difference and here also the common difference, the fixed number is same. As it says the fixed number, the number will not be going to be, will not be changed, right? And if it is not changed, then you will get the same things here in both the equations. Therefore the common difference generally can be written as D is equals to A2 minus A1, or you can also write it as A3 minus A2, right? Or you can also write it as A4 minus A3, right? Is it clear? So that is about the general term or the general formula of the common difference. Common difference D is equals to A2 minus A1, or A3 minus A2, or A4 minus A3. This all will give you the common difference. Okay. Next thing, if I am not want to write down this in the form of A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3 and so on, then generally the general form, the general equation of the common difference can be written as common difference is D is equals to an minus 1, where an is the nth term, the general term, and n minus 1 or an minus 1 is the n minus 1th term of the arithmetic progression. Is it clear? So the common difference can generally be written as an minus 1. So that is the formula to find out the common difference of any arithmetic progression. Is it clear, friends? In this way we can find out the common difference. Okay, now we shall come back to the arithmetic progression again, that we have seen the definition of the arithmetic progression and we have also seen the common difference, the fixed number. Now we shall come back to the general form of an arithmetic progression. For the general form of an AP, first of all we shall let the first term be A. We shall assume that the first term is A, therefore we can write like A1 equals to A, right there, and so the second term will be or is A plus D. Yes or no? A plus D, therefore A2 equals to A plus D. Why? If I want to find out the second term, as I have written here, what is second term equals to? First term plus the fixed number, right? Now what is the first term here? A. So in place of A1, if I replace with A, then that will give me A plus D. Yes or no? So hence we got A2 equals to A plus D also, or and also the third term is A plus 2D. How? Suppose if I want to find out the third term, that is the second term plus the fixed number, the common difference, because according to the definition, what is the definition of arithmetic progression? It is a list of number which is obtained by simply adding the fixed number. It is obtained by simply adding the fixed number to its preceding term or preceding number. So what is the preceding number to A3? A2, and we shall add D to that A2. So A3 equals to A2 plus D. What is A2 here? A plus D. So that is A plus D plus D for the remaining part, that is D plus D 2D. So A plus 2D, that will give you the third term. Therefore A3 equals to A plus 2D. Similarly, hence the nth term will be A plus n minus 1 D. Friends, let us see the similarity, how it goes. Here it is first term. So A1, what is 1 minus 1? 0. So that will give me A. Here it is the second term. That means 1 less than the number of term that you are finding out. It will always be, the difference will always be 1 less than the number of term you are finding out. If you are finding out second term, then 1 less than the second, that means 1, that will be A plus D. So if it is A2, then here it would be only 1D. Here it is A3, that would be 2D. That means it is always, the difference is always 1 less than the number. This is the similarity, how it goes. So the nth term, if it is n, then 1 less than that would be n minus 1. So n minus 1D. Hence you can write an equals to A plus n minus 1D, right? Now we have got all the terms here. The a first term a1, the second term a2, the third term a3, and similarly up to the nth term an. Therefore, coming to that ap that I have written here previously, that therefore the ap was a1, a2, a3 up to an. Putting down the values from these boxes, therefore a, a plus d, a plus 2d up to a plus n minus 1 into d. So this here a plus d, a plus 2d up to a plus n minus 1 into d gives me the general form of an arithmetic progression. A plus d, a plus 2d up to a plus n minus 1 into d. Here, this list of numbers, this progression, this numbers will give me the general form of an arithmetic progression. Note it down, friends, that the general form of an arithmetic progression is a comma a plus d comma a plus 2d up to the last term, that is a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So this is the general form of the arithmetic progression. Is it clear? So that is about the basic description of the arithmetic progression. That was the introductory part of this chapter, that what is arithmetic progression, how can you find out the arithmetic progression, and what is the general form of the arithmetic progression. Again, friends, let me clarify that if you want to find out that whether the given list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression or not, then that must be found out, or that can be found out by using the formula of the common difference, that if the common difference is either negative, positive or 0, but it also must be same between all the numbers of the arithmetic progression, right? If you get the difference, or if you get the common difference as same for all the consecutive numbers or all the consecutive terms, then that forms an arithmetic progression. It is not necessary that it must be positive, negative or 0. At the same time, it is necessary that it also must be same between all the consecutive terms. So let us identify some of the arithmetic progressions, and then we can come to know that what or how can the arithmetic progressions be listed. First of all, I am having the practice here that write down the first term and the common difference in each of the following APs, right? We need to find out the first term and the common difference for each of the following APs, right? The first one I am having here is 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3 and so on. So the first list of numbers here with me are 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3, and I want to write down the first term. Therefore, the first term, which is known as A. The first term known as A is actually the very first number of the given arithmetic progression, that is 3. So the first term here is 3, and the common difference denoted by small d, that is written as the common difference that we have written, that was A2 minus A1. What is A2? So for that, first of all, we need to recognize the terms. Here, this will be the first term, this will be the second term, third term, fourth term and so on. So that is A1, A2, A3, A4 and up to so on. Is it clear, friends? So that is a2 minus a1, which is equals to 1 minus 3, and that is minus 2. So we got the common difference here as minus 2. Let us check for the further consecutive terms also, that is a3 minus a2, that is minus 1, so that is also minus 2. We can also write it as a4 minus a3, that is minus 3 minus minus 1, that will be again minus 2. So we got the common difference same in all the conditions, whether it is a2 minus a1, whether it is a3 minus a2, whether it is a4 minus a3. Hence the first term a is equals to 3 and the common difference d is equals to minus 2, right? So that is the answer to the first arithmetic progression, whether to find out the first term and the common difference of the given AP. Is it clear, friends? Okay, let us solve one or two more of the same kind, then we can move further to how to recognize whether the given list of numbers forms an AP or not. So I'm going to erase this, the general form. I think you might have noted down this, right? Okay, let me keep it as it is here. 5 minus 137. The second example, that is 5 minus 137. Sorry, it is minus 5 minus 137. No? I made a mistake over here. Sorry. Up to so on. So this number, this list goes here. So again, finding out the first term. The first term A, that is the very first number, that is minus 5, and the common difference D, that is a2 minus a1, that is minus 1 minus minus 5. So this minus minus plus and minus 1 plus 5 is equals to 4, or you can also write it as a3 minus a2, that is 3 minus minus 1, which is again equals to 4. You can also write it as a4 minus a3, that is 7 minus 3, which is again equals to 4, right? So in this way you can get the common difference same. Hence the first term a is equals to minus 5 and the common difference d is equals to 4. So that is the first term and the common difference of the given arithmetic progression. Is it clear? I'm taking one more example that gives me an fractional parts of the numbers, that is 1 by 3, 5 by 3, 7 by 3, 9 by 3, right? I'm having this list of numbers here and I want to find out the common difference and the first term. Therefore here the first term a is 1 upon 3 and the common difference that is d is equals to a2 minus a1, right? a2 minus a1, that is 5 by 3 minus 1 by 3, which is equals to 4 by 3, right? Or you can also write it as a3 minus a2, which is 7 by 3 minus 5 by 3, that is equals to 2 by 3, right? And if I write down for the third, that is a4 minus a3, what is a4? 9 by 3. I think, friends, here it must be 1 by 3, then 1, or 3 by 3. 1 upon 3, then it must be 3 by 3, so that we get the common difference as 1, and here let me write down 3. So that goes for the first term 1. Here it will be a slight change for the rest of the terms here, because I think I have missed out a term in between 1, so that is a2 1, sorry, minus 1 upon 3, that is 2 by 3. Similarly, if I write 5 by 3 minus 1, that is also 2 by 3, and if I write a4 minus a3, that is 7 by 3 minus 5 by 3, which is again 2 by 3. So we got the common difference same. You can also do it for the next one. Hence, the first term a is 1 by 3 and the common difference d is 2 by 3. Is it clear? So in this way you can find out the first term and the common difference for the given arithmetic progression. Right? Now I am writing down one or two more of the same kind to solve it by yourself. Right? You will solve it by yourself. Fourth one, 0.6, 1.7, 2.8, 3.9 and so on. Right? So that is the given AP, and the next one is 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 3 by 2 and so on. So this is the given APs here. You need to mention down the first term and the common difference of both the arithmetic progressions here. Is it clear, friends? So once you mention this down, now we are going to look further for the topic that how to identify whether the given list of numbers actually forms an AP or not. Right? To find out that, first of all you must know how to find out the common difference, because in each of this now we will require to find out the common difference, and so we are going to find it out. I'm writing down the question. In each of the following, which of them are the APs? If they form an AP, then write the next two terms of the AP. It is important that if they form an AP, that means if the list of numbers given is an AP, then we are going to write down the next two terms of the AP. If it does not form an AP, then we are not going to write down the next two terms, because if it does not form an AP, then that would not be possible to write down the next two terms. Okay, so the first one here, that is 4, 6, 10. Sorry, my mistake. 4, 10, 16, 22 and so on. Right? So whether this is an AP or not, that comes to know, or that will come to know that, like if we find out the common difference as same. So finding out the common difference here, a1 equals to 4, a2 equals to 10, a3 equals to 16, a4 is equals to 22. Therefore D is equals to a2 minus a1, that is 10 minus 4, which is 6. You can also find it out. a3 minus a2, that is 16 minus 10, which is again 6. You can also find it out like a4 minus a3, that is 22 minus 16, which is again 6. Therefore, yes, this list is, or this list of numbers is an AP, right? So we were having four terms. Now a5 is equals to a4 plus d, and a6 is equals to a5 plus d, right? So we need to find out this a5 first. What is a4? 22. So 22 plus 6, that is 28, and taking this here, 28 plus 6, which is equals to 34, right? So the next two terms are 28 and 34. Is it clear? So this is how you can identify an AP, and you can also solve it for the next two terms. Is it clear, friends? So this is how you can solve it for finding out the AP. One more, the second question, that is 1 minus 1 minus 3 minus 5 and so on, right? So if I say that here the terms given me are 1 minus 1 minus 3 minus 5 and so on, so here a1 equals to 1, a2 equals to minus 1, a3 equals to minus 3, and a4 equals to minus 5, right? Therefore D, that is a2 minus a1, which is minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2, right? Because the second term is minus 1 minus the first term is again 1, so minus 2, that is, then next is a3 minus a2, which is minus 3 minus minus 1. This minus minus will become plus, hence minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Also a4 minus a3, which is minus 5 minus minus 3. So again that minus minus will become plus, minus 5 plus 3, that is minus 2. So yes, therefore yes, this list of numbers is an AP. Now we need the next two terms, that is a5, which is equals to a4 plus d, right? We shall go according to the formula only, and a6 is equals to a5 plus d. Okay, so a4 plus d, that is equals to minus 5 plus minus 2, and that is equals to minus 7. Here also minus 7 plus minus 2, that is minus 9. So we got the next two terms, that is a5 minus 7 and a6 minus 9. Is it clear, friends? Right? So these are the next two terms of the given AP. So in this way we can identify the list of numbers is an AP or not. Next, I am having a question here. The third one, that is 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2 and so on. So this is the list of numbers here. First of all, let us see that here a1 equals to 2, a2 equals to minus 2, a3 equals to 2, and a4 is again minus 2. Checking for the common difference, therefore D is equals to a2 minus a1, that is minus 2 minus 2, which is minus 4, and a3 minus a2, that is 2 minus minus 2, which is 4, and a4 minus a3, that will be again minus 2 minus 2, that is minus 4. So you can check, friends, that the given difference here is not same, because here it is minus 4, here it is 4, here it is again minus 4. So the difference varies from 4 minus 4, 4 minus 4, and so on. Hence, no, the given list of numbers is not an AP, right? Hence the given list of numbers is not an AP, because the difference here that we have written is not same. Okay friends, now here we are going to solve some more examples. The fourth one, again 1 comma 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 comma 3, and so on. So these numbers are given here as the list of numbers, and we shall find out the common difference. Actually you can see clearly that the common difference will not be same, because three numbers are 1, then the next three numbers are 2, then the next three numbers are 3 clearly. Or here a1 we shall do up to 4 or 5. a1 equals to 1, a2 equals to 1, a3 equals to 1, a4 equals to 2, a5 equals to 2, a6 equals to 2, and so on. Therefore difference, that is a2 minus a1, which is 1 minus 1, which is equals to 0, or a3 minus a2, that is 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0, or a4 minus a3, that is 2 minus 1, that is equals to 1, or a5 minus a4, that is 2 minus 2, which is equal to 0, and so on. So friends, you can clearly see that whenever we go up to the two differences, then the third difference is changing from 0 to 1. That means 0, 0 and 1. Again you will find that the next two difference is 0, and the third difference will again be 1. So clearly, no, the given list of numbers is not an AP, right? The given list of numbers here is not an AP. So in this way you can identify whether the given list of numbers are AP or not. Is it clear friends? Right? So let me erase this. I'm writing the fifth one here. 2, 4, 8, 69, so okay. So that is the list of numbers here, 2, 4, 8, 69, so on. Now here a1 equals to 2, a2 equals to 4, a3 equals to 8, and a4 equals to 16. Therefore D equals to a2 minus a1, that is 2, right, which is a3 minus a2, 8 minus 4, that is 4, also a4 minus a3, that is 16 minus 8, is equals to 8. Clearly the difference is not same here, therefore no, the given list of numbers is not an AP, right? The given list of numbers here is not an AP. Then looking for the next one, the sixth one, that is 2, 5 by 2, 3, 7 by 2, and so on. Okay, 2, 5 by 2, 3, 7 by 2 and so on. So if I mention down here that whether the given list of numbers forms an AP or not, then how can you find out here is difference. Here A1 equals to 2, A2 equals to 5 by 2, A3 equals to 3, A4 equals to 7 by 2 and so on. Therefore, D is equals to A2 minus A1, that is 5 by 2 minus 2, that is 1 by 2, right? You can simply take down the LCM. 2 into 2 is 4, 5 minus 1 is, sorry, 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, then that is A3 minus A2, A3 minus A2, that is 3 minus 5 by 2. What is this again? 6. 3 into 2 to 6, 6 minus 5 is 1, hence that is also 1 by 2. Or you can also write it like A4 minus A3, which is 7 by 2 minus 3, that is again 6, and that will give me 1 by 2. Therefore, yes, the given list of numbers is an AP. Therefore, or now A5, that is A4 plus D, and A6, that is A5 plus D, right? Now what is A4? 7 by 2 plus the difference 1 by 2, hence that is 8 by 2, which is equals to 4, and that will be 4 plus 1 by 2, that is 9 by 2. So that is A6, and which is A5. Okay friends, so in this way we can find out the rest of the two terms, and this sixth term, the second term is 9 by 2. Okay, so that is about this example. Let me solve seventh one. The question given here is 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2 and so on. So friends, here we are given a list of numbers that goes in this manner: 3, 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2. That means every time a root 2 is being added to the preceding number, so it is clear from the question that the difference here will be root 2. So let us find out here. A1 equals to 3, A2 equals to 3 plus root 2, A3 equals to 3 plus 2 root 2, and A4 3 plus 3 root 2, right? So we got these terms here. Now therefore D is equals to A2 minus A1, that is 3 plus root 2 minus 3, which is equals to root 2, because 3 and 3 can be cancelled out. Here it is 3 and minus 3, so that can be cancelled out. Okay, that is also equals to A3 minus A2, which is 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 plus root 2, right? So if you open the bracket, that will give me 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 minus root 2. Minus 3 plus 3 can be cancelled out. Here if I remove the bracket, minus 3 plus 3 is cancelled out, and then 2 root 2 minus root 2, which is again equals to root 2, right? Similarly, if I find out for the next one, that is A4 minus A3, that is 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 plus 2 root 2, which is equals to, it will be again root 2 in the same way that we have solved for the previous difference. Therefore we got the same difference, hence yes, the given list of numbers is an AP. Right, the given list of numbers here is an AP. Writing down the next two terms, that is A5 equals to A4 plus D and A6 is equals to A5 plus D. Therefore A5 is equals to 3 plus 3 root 2 plus root 2, which is equals to 3 plus 4 root 2, and here it would be 3 plus 4 root 2 plus again root 2, which is 3 plus 5 root 2. So that is A5 and A6, the next two terms of the given arithmetic progression. Is it clear, friends? So that is about the given arithmetic progression and writing down the next two terms of the AP. Okay. Okay. Solving one more here, then I shall give you some practice. That is 0.2, 0.22, 0.222, 0.2222 and so on. So that goes to the infinite sequence, right? Now finding out the AP here, we know that here A1 equals to 0.2, A2 equals to 0.22, then A3 equals to 0.222 and A4 equals to 0.2222. Therefore the common difference, that is A2 minus A1, 0.22 minus 0.2, that is 0.02. Right, if you subtract 0.22 minus 0.2, so that 0.2 is going to be removed and at last the remaining is 0.02, that is also equals to A3 minus A2, that is 0.222 minus 0.22, that is 0.002. Also A4 minus A3, that is 0.2222 minus 0.222, which is equals to 0. Let me write down here at the bottom, 0.0002. Right. So friends, if you look here, there are so many 0.2s. If you clearly look here, I have underlined the differences. So in the first one it is 0.02, in the second one it is 0.002, in the third one it is 0.002. So clearly the difference is not same, and hence no, the given list of numbers is not an AP. Right? So you cannot say that the given list of numbers here is an AP. Is it clear, friends? So this is how it goes, whether you need to, whether you can identify that the given list of numbers are AP or not. Now I shall write down some of the questions here for you so that you can practice it by yourself. Ninth one to the order, that is minus 1.2, minus 3.2, minus 5.2, minus 7.2 and so on. 10th one, minus 10, minus 6, minus 2, plus 2 and so on. 11th one, 0, minus 4, minus 8, minus 12 and so on. 12th one, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 and so on. 13th one, A, 2A, 3A, 4A and so on. 14th one, that is A square, A cube, A raised to 4 and so on. And lastly 15th one, that is root 2, root 8, root 18, root 32 and so on. So these are some 7 questions that I am going to solve this for you and check whether the given list of numbers here are AP or not. You can do it by yourself, friends, and check whether the given numbers are forming an AP or not. Okay, friends?